All right, this is Tony with Diesel Talk. I've been fighting with this 2006 59, and you can see I got a whole bunch of stuff bypassed. But anyways, this right here is the TIPM, better known as the fuse box, and that's a TIPM module. So therefore, communication for the scan tool first goes from the diagnostic link connector, which is where you plug in your OBD2 connector, over to the TIPM right here. So in order for you to talk to the ECM, which is buried down there, that's the computer down there. So therefore, what happens is that you first talk from the diagnostic link connector to the TIPM, this guy, and TIPM to the ECM. So what did we find? This was a no crank, no start condition. So we did on connector 1 and connector 2 on the ECM, we actually did and found out that we had very low voltage, 9 volts. So that goes through connector 130, which is this guy right here. So you'll notice we have it bypassed too, because somewhere in this wiring loom that goes all the way here and comes out through here, that connector 130, we got an open there, or high resistance fault, plus we had other opens. So we got them bypassed right now. So that's why we're bypassing power to the battery over here. So we fixed the power thing and still no communication. So now we can talk to the TIPM module, because you can select that on the scan tool. So we can talk to the gateway TIPM module. We call it gateway TIPM module. So I'm able to talk to it, but once again, I can't communicate to the ECM, and we had nothing happening. So after other circuit testing, we found out that the fuel pump wasn't been activated. So we located the connector here, and we put power from the lift pump straight to the pump, because I had a fuel pump circuit control open code. In other words, I got opens between here and the TIPM, which is through that connector 130 right there, which is this guy, and that goes over. So somewhere we got some open there, and along with power. So to save time in trying to find what's going on with this wiring loom, we just went ahead and bypassed right now, because again, well, there's no evidence of nothing being chewed. Everything looked underneath the fender, where this wiring harness goes through here with a plastic retainer here, which is this guy right here, part of the battery. But anyways, we couldn't find anything wrong. So therefore, what we did is we tried to communicate straight to the ECM. So what we did is we located the CAN wires down here on these connectors, located the CAN wires, and just ran them straight. Here's 6 and 14, and 6 and 14 is high and low here. And what I did is I run it straight to the ECM. So the 2 wires that come from the ECM, we're communicating directly. That's what all these bypass wires are for. So we're talking straight to the CAN communication down there, straight to here, and we put power and ground. Pin 16 is power, so we ran power to the battery, and 4 and 5 are your ground. So I'm able to connect my adapter here from the scan tool, and now I'm able to communicate with the ECM. So all we did is separate the ECM from the TIPM and ran it straight. In other words, don't let the ECM talk to the TIPM, just straight here to the ECM. We're going straight communication there. And now the engine starts up and fires up. So that's telling me this TIPM is hindering that communication. So therefore, this has been replaced recently, but obviously it's actually not causing no communication, because if I actually hook it up directly, again, to the diagnostic link connector, I can talk to the TIPM, but I cannot talk to the ECM. But when I separate these two, separate the ECM down here at the connector to the ECM, I now can talk to the ECM, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm hooked up right now to the CAN high, which we call CAN high and CAN low, talking to it directly, right? And now I'm able to communicate, and the truck does start. So that means that this TIPM is actually dropping the signal for some odd reason. And that's, again, we already tested that I can talk to the TIPM to the diagnostic link connector. In other words, to the OBD2 connector, I'm able to talk to it. But again, I cannot talk to the ECM. So upon separating the TIPM from the ECM and go straight from here to the ECM, I'm able to talk to the ECM. So therefore, this TIPM is causing the no communication, because we already checked the wires too as well. So kind of this fun stuff we deal with electrical. Obviously later on, maybe I'll make a video and explain what I did and how I did it. But all I'm trying to say is that in this case, this part is actually causing our issues with it not communicating and not letting the truck start. Because when I run the, again, straight power to the fuel pump, and straight, again, running communication straight to the ECM now communicates my data, right? And again, it works fine, and the truck will run. So therefore, definitely something going on with this TIPM module that's recently been replaced. But anyways, just a quick talk on what I've been doing here. Some of you guys wonder what I do when I'm gone. I've been training here at this shop here. It's got other 5 bays too as well here in Oregon, but just thought I'd give you a video on what's been going on. All righty, stay tuned for the next episode there of what we did here.